Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. 90 deals in 90 days. That's the goal. Some countries have not gotten the message yet that Trump is serious about the trade imbalance. Nevertheless, the stock market is breaking records, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says tariff revenue could reach $300 billion this year.
We will have taken in about $100 billion in tariff income thus far this year. We could expect that could be well over $300 billion by the end of the year. We don't agree with CBO scoring, but for those who do, the CBO scored tariff income over the next 10 years at $2.8 trillion, which we think is probably low.
Joining us with the latest on the economy, O'Leary Ventures chairman, Shark Tank investor, and he also goes by the name Mr. Wonderful. He is Kevin O'Leary. Welcome, sir. Take us to business school. Is all trade imbalance bad? In other words, is it ever okay to import more than we export with certain countries?
It's impossible to solve for all imbalances. If you take a country like Vietnam, it's just too small a population to ever be balanced. We use them so much for manufacturing. A lot of the Chinese deals that were structured 20 years ago are moving to Vietnam, Cambodia, India. I mean, you need a lot of people to buy stuff to have a balance on trade. And a great example is our relationship with the Canadian market. Massive trade imbalance, but only on one thing, energy. The cheapest oil imported to America comes out of Alberta. If you took energy out of it, Canadians support more. So you have to dissect this very, very carefully to determine what to do. In the case of Canada, for example, they've only put a 10% tariff on oil coming into the United States. That's smart. It's good for the Canadians, good for the Americans. Everybody's a winner. And then they're trying to solve, and this is why Trump, people ask me all the time, why is Trump so erratic on policy with one country, this country, EU, Spain, India? Because he finds something that he doesn't like. And in the case of Canada, go back to that example. In Vermont, they have some crazy tariffs on dairy, and they support supply chain dairy and farmers and butter and eggs. And it's, from Trump's point of view, unfair. So he slams the whole country with a 50% or 40% tariff until they fix that little problem. But this is the fine tuning that the market's gotten used to. So you ask me why the market's at near highs. They figure Trump has a game plan. It's erratic, it's crazy, he's bombastic, but it's fine-tuning. Regarding the overall picture, if it's 10% reciprocal tariffs around the world, yeah, Bessett's right. We're probably going to bring in a couple of trillion bucks.
Kalau ia tu tangan tu sama dekat dia daru.